All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome. It's what is it? January 9th, and I still got a crippled finger. That's hot. Ooh. All right, so it's been we've all been in the boat of messed up, fucked up relationships, right? I'm no king at them. I've done my fair share of being an asshole in relationships and screwing relationships over, and girls, women, whatever. But I've been single for the better half of the last 5 years. I've had some relationships that, work out pretty well and then just don't work out all of a sudden. And then some that just all of a sudden you're like, yeah, this ain't happening. But not recently I've noticed this, but I've been noticing it on social media or the course of, I don't know, forever now, I guess. But what I've been noticing is that people share these statuses, right? One I posted last night that I shared because I don't understand it, and I'll throw it up here in the video, but something along the lines of, if you're trying to flirt with me or whatever, you better either be single or be ready to cheat. That right there, just what the fuck? Everybody wants these honest, loyal relationships. You can't trust anybody these days. And that's where it comes hard for others to want to get a relationship, want to move forward with somebody. And that kind of falls from me as well, because how do I know that you're being 100% absolutely loyal to me? I don't know that. All I have to go on is your word. And if you are interested in someone good enough, a lot, whatever, then you hold that faith and trust within that person, and they hold that within you. And all you have to go off of is their word. And like I said, I've played my fair share of cards to where I've been cheated on. I have cheated, and I'm not proud to say it, but I have. And to those that I've dated that I've cheated on, I'm absolutely sorry. And back then I was a completely different guy, and I highly believe that people can change. Luna, don't be eating his food. Sorry, Luna likes to eat Boomer's food. There comes a point to where we want to better ourselves. We want to better ourselves, for others, and for our relationship if we are in one. Or if, we're looking to be in a relationship and we know that we have faults that we've noticed from our past relationships, and we got to fix those faults to move forward to have a better relationship in the future with somebody else. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not perfect at all, but I have realized a lot of my faults. Do I push wanting to be in a relationship? No. If it happens, it happens, and things unfold and they go where they go. But people are so adamant on wanting to be, I don't know, they want to be known for being not loyal, I guess. They find it an adrenaline rush. They find fun and enjoyment in being able to pull the wool over whoever they're dating, and they want to be able to get away with shit. All right, so what I've noticed is, and I see it, we all see it on social media, right? Females and males sharing posts that say, I want this done for me without having to ask for it. And males share the same shit in a different context. But what's fucked up about it is most of these people doing that are in relationships. Dudes, dudettes, females, males. Take notice, because your partner is trying to tell you something because you're not doing something. And it's not that they want the world. It's the fact they just want you to do one small, simple fucking thing, but in that person's eyes that's asking for something without having to ask for it, it's a big thing in their life. It's something big to them. It means a lot to them, and they just want you to do something for them. And and I think this falls for the chicks too, but mainly we all see it. Dudes that are in solid, loving, faithful, loyal, trusty relationships, why are you out there trying to get a message going with some Instagram shitty model? Why are you out there trying to get the attention of another female that doesn't even care that you exist, but you keep heart reacting all of her shit and messaging her and saying shit to them while you're in a relationship? Why do you do it? And like I said, this doesn't just go strictly for males. Females do it too. So across the board, why? Why do you do that? If you're not happy who you are with, leave them. Break it off, either civil or not civil, but break it off. You're doing nothing but destroying yourself as a person and destroying that person you're with if that other person is loyal to you and all you're doing is grinding them into the dirt and making them feel like shit, because then in the end, they feel like they weren't good enough for you, and it makes them feel like they're not good enough for anybody. I don't understand it. And like I said, I'm not Mr. Perfect over here. I haven't been a damn saint my whole life with relationships, all right? But all this I have come to learn, come to understand, and come to see through my own faults. And then when I step back, and the time I've been single and the small relationships I've been in since my relationship with my ex-fiance ended, I haven't had a very solid relationship since. And a lot of it had to do with my drinking in the beginning of all that. And then as I've been getting sober, I've been becoming a homebody, and I like being home a lot. I don't like going out. I don't like drinking. I don't mind being around drinking, but I can only handle it for so long. But I've just noticed a lot of what the fucks, man. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying I'm the best guy out there. I'm not the best choice for anybody, but I know damn well I'm better than most of the guys these chicks are with that are out fucking around on them and doing it deliberately and knowing they're doing it and not giving a shit. And then when it comes to being a parent, you got dudes and chicks out here that will strive 100, 200% to be the best mom, dad to another person's kids, but not do anything with your own. That baffles me. How would you not want your own kids to be part of something that you're growing with and making a family with? It's like you completely forget that you have that, and you move forward without involving your actual kids. You will do everything you can for another girl's kids or another dude's kids without thinking of your own. And I know what you're thinking. Ghost, I don't have my kids because of these certain reasons. I can't get my kids because of these certain reasons. I fucked up and lost custody. There are things that come into play in that. I get that. But in a lot of cases, you have your kids, but you'll play parent of the year to someone else's kids while your kids over there are asking for you. Blows my mind, man. It blows my mind. Now, this day and age, people moving together pretty damn quick. I want to say within 6 months, at least within 6 months, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm old school, or maybe it's just a fact. And not even old school. Maybe it's just a fact. I think the feeling of waking up next to someone that you have been with, that you love, and waking up to them every day is the best part. Coming home to them is the best part. You know, having something to come home to is amazing. And I personally think if you are not even just a new couple, but if you're a couple getting your first place together, start out with an apartment. Start off with a shitty apartment. I mean, not if you can afford better, then afford better, obviously. But I remember the apartment I moved out of to move here. When I first moved in with who I was dating, we moved in and we didn't have a lot of money. I scraped together just enough to get this apartment, right? And we didn't have a couch or anything. We had this big hunky TV that I couldn't even get up the stairs. I just said, fuck it. I left it by the road, and then we went and bought a TV, a cheap little flat screen TV, but we bought one. And then we found a futon online, went and picked that up. And our apartment is just a mess, right? And we're sitting there and I'm like, let's order food. So we order pizza and I go down to the gas station, get a case of, I walk across the street to the liquor store, got a case of beer. We're sitting on the floor with all these boxes everywhere, eating pizza, drinking beer, and go. Things like that help grow a bond, I feel. Because then when you move forward and you get a better place, then you can see where you came from. I just feel like if you've been together for a while, a few years, and you're ready to move in with each other, then you do that, and you don't have a thought in your mind about if you're gonna break up. There's always an if in a relationship about breaking up. There's always an if, but if you come out and say that, you put it on the plate to make it noticeable, and you put that play in the action. That's what you just done. You put that play in the action, because now your significant other, it's all they're thinking about. They're doing everything they can to make sure that they don't do one thing that's gonna make that play that's in action completely fulfill. And you lose that person you're with. It's always in the back of your mind. And that feeling, I've been there, that feeling of like, fuck man, I know what's happening, I know what's failing, I know what's falling apart. And every day you are on edge, walking on eggshells, because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You don't know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow and everything's gonna be cheery and glory and whatever, or if it's gonna be fucked. And that's the day it all ends. Never put that play action on the field. Don't, because if you want to break up with somebody, if you even have a thought that it's not gonna last, just end it, because you're going to save yourself grief and you're gonna save your partner grief. It's gonna hurt for both of you, maybe both of you, depending who breaks up with who. But then there's a whole other thing to that too. The person that puts the whole action into play, that we may break up, if we break up, in my mind, that's them trying to get you to just go ahead and break it off so they don't feel like the bad guy. And then they can play the victim. And then they can say, you did this, you did that, and you broke up with me. I don't get why people gotta why they gotta sugarcoat so much shit. And not sugarcoat it in a sweet way. Bullshit. I'll say that right at the bat. Why you gotta be bullshit? There's no reason for it. Just, if you're not into someone anymore, it's done. Don't go out and cheat, because then, like I said before, you're gonna make your partner feel like they're less than nothing. You're gonna make them feel like they can't get anybody, because I thought I was perfect for them. I thought I was doing everything right, but I wasn't, because they were behind my back doing this with this other person. I just mumbled that, I know. I don't know, my whole thing about this is just, I've been seeing it, and I think it's fucked up that people strive to want a relationship and then they think they find the next best thing, and instead of moving forward and ending what they have and moving forward with something else, it's because they already know what they're fucking around with behind their partner's back is temporary. Then why even do it? Be honest. Be upfront. You're either in it or you're not. And if you're not in it, get out of it. And if you're not happy, get out of it. If your partner's abusive, get out of it. This may be kind of a long one, long podcast in general, but ladies, if your man is abusive, physically, emotionally, get out, leave. Someone that takes control and those manners to make sure you stay in line, to make sure you stay faithful and loyal, that's not love. That's fear. That relationship is being held together by fear. And if you keep running back to that person over and over and over again, you can't expect everybody to keep jumping at you every time something happens again, because you've been told, you've been talked to, you've asked for advice, you were given the advice of what to do, and you don't do it. You can't expect everybody to drop everything they're doing because you keep wanting to make the same mistake. It sucks. But you got to take that position yourself, and you got to say enough is enough, and you got to call it quits. You got to cut all contact off with them. There's no excuse for it. Absolutely no excuse for it. And I don't know why some of you stay in the abusive relationships that you stay in. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't care how long y'all been together. Is it gonna suck to be apart from them? Well, I mean, honestly, it shouldn't suck, because if they're abusive, then get the fuck away from them. Did the relationship start off nice and great and fresh and all the pretty flowers? Probably. But once a person gets so comfortable with somebody, they feel like they can do whatever they want, because you're not going to leave them, because you're not going to be able to find better, because you're not going to be able to get what you want that you get from them from anybody else. And in your partner's head, they know that. They know that they've got you so in clutch that you're never going to leave. You're giving them that power. And I'm pointing at you with my cripple finger. You're giving them that power. You hold that power. You can say no. You can say enough is enough. You call your family, you call your friends, you call your parents, you call somebody to help you get out of that situation and move the fuck out. You move in with a friend or a family member until you get your shit straightened out so you can be on your own. And that's another thing. Those type of relationships, they'll make you to where you are not independent at all. To where you feel and you know in your head for some reason that you can't do anything on your own. You can't pay bills on your own. You can't work. You're probably not even working if you're in that type of relationship, because he doesn't trust you. So he goes to work all day. He keeps an eye on you. He pays all the bills to make sure to let you know that you have to be dependent on him and not on yourself. And you need to get out of that. And that's all I got to say. Be with who you want to be with. Be happy who you're with. And if you're not happy, get out. Be true. Be faithful. Be loyal. But I can't do that for you. So until next time, guys, my name's Ghost. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the podcast. If you're listening on Spreaker, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or watching this on YouTube, I appreciate y'all. Be sure to follow, subscribe. Check out my TikTok, GhostOG_87, Instagram, GhostOG87, and then Facebook, check me out, GhostOG87 as well. So until next time, guys, stay kind, stay humble, use your head, think clear, think smart. As always, this is Ghost out. Later.